how's it going, guys? It is your main man, Scissor RJ, or the one and only, which you know me as, Richard Unicorn Kala, and we're back, baby. We're back. We're always back, ladies and gentlemen, with that spring update review. Everything that's happened up until now, everything that we still need from the spring update, because obviously this is an incomplete update. We're still missing a few things, which we'll go over in the video. So the first thing of the main part of the spring update was this new event called the Decathlon, right? It was a fun little event. You would go in the Wizard City Library and you would do about 4 stages of these bosses, and you can only use your treasure card, not bosses, but enemies. Eventually you get to bosses, but yeah. You would basically just fight enemies with treasure card decks, and so it was a fun event. However, poor execution, very poor execution. One thing that was not working was the daily bonuses that you would get by doing some objectives. Now, obviously, just like any event in a video game, there would be these daily login bonuses or these daily events. When you do these daily activities, it wouldn't refresh. So once you did it, like that was it. It wouldn't refresh all the time. They eventually fixed it near the last day, but at that point it was basically just too late. Another thing about a decathlon is that it is put in a set of placements, meaning that if you're in the top 10, like if you're in the top 10 placements or positions, you will get some special rewards like permanent mounts, the hamster pet, and some friend decathlon packs and some runestones and all that stuff. So basically, the top 10 spot would be the hot spot. And so it would basically be physically impossible for casual players to get near the top 10 spot. The reason why people like me and you possibly couldn't do it is because we would have to spend hours and hours doing the decathlon. And I'm not sure if you guys can sit here on Wizard101 for hours and hours and hours. God forbid that I've done it before during my live streams, but I'm not sure if you guys have that type of endurance or mentality and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you guys have time because people do have kids. People do have kids to take care of. People have jobs, have school. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not ragging on the top 10 people. If you got in the top 10, then good job. Like, good job. Pat on the back. But for casual players, it will basically become physically impossible to get near that top 10 spot. And so, you're better off just getting the rune stones and stuff like that. Now, if you did want to get the rune stones and save your time hassling, you basically could buy those decathlon packs in the crown shop during the event, which I don't fully support that. I don't really support that at all. So yeah, you can either just do that or you can just grind as usual. But like I said, getting in the top 10 spot is pretty much physically impossible. And going on from there, a lot of people were mad about the decathlon event because the community progress bar was also barely even moving an inch. Now, this could be from a lot of reasons. It could be that one, people just didn't do the decathlon. Like, people didn't just do the decathlon. I know I didn't. I barely did it. I mean, it just didn't seem fun to me. Maybe some people ran out of gold and treasure cards. Whatever it was, they had to fix the community progress bar or fix something. Because we finally got to the best loot, which is the best tier for everyone. The problem was the decathlon event was near almost over with 1 day left. So, yeah, the decathlon event wasn't the best. I feel like they should extend it over the weekends because people are busy during the week. Like, people are busy during the week. So, you only get 7 or 6 days to do the decathlon. It's just like, I don't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I know I personally don't got time for that because I'm busy making other videos on different video games and playing different video games. I know I personally don't have time to sit in a decathlon for hours and hours. Personally, for me, it's not my type of event, alright? It's just not my type of event. I just don't like it. But moving on from that, we've also had the wooden skeleton key boss, which I haven't really farmed as much. I don't even know what he drops. I have been farming the gold skeleton key boss, and let me tell you, his wand is absolutely horrid. Yes, his wand is similar to the Paradox wand, or should I even say similar? It offers a little bit tiny more critical, however, your damage will be lowered. So at the same time, I'm just like, well, I like the Paradox wand because it gives me an actual decent amount of critical that I'm fine with, and it gives me more damage. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, this wand was not farming for. Another thing we got was the Elegant gear, which I can actually show you right now. This is the Elegant gear that you would get from the whole gold skeleton key boss. You can also get some other Elegant gear at Corporal Tennyson, but I believe this is a type of different that you get from the Ether Elemental. Another thing I did want to mention though is that there was talk about a ether mount that would be dropped by the ether elemental. Well, after countless of hours and countless of times doing the boss, it feels like that the mount was not dropped there, or it was not dropping correctly. I have not gotten or even close to a mount. I've gotten good opals and I've gotten this gear, but I have not seen any mount. So I don't know if people are still farming that boss because I sure enough was running out of gold keys. I gotta restock. But I'm not sure if the mount technically drops there. If it does drop there, then maybe I'm just not lucky. I'm usually not lucky. I mean, I still don't even have the Omen deck to this day. I mean, I still don't even got that, but I don't know. I don't think the mount actually drops there. I think that was just kind of an educated guess that we kind of went on. Hopefully it drops there, but I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. Now, during the spring update or during this entire event, in the producer letter, they mentioned that they are going to start sprinkling in the updates. So instead of just having everything on our plates, they're only giving us a portion and then they keep feeding us, but eventually we're little baby kids and we grow angry, right? Well, pretty much everything is put on hold. When the spring update was first announced, the only thing we pretty much had was the gold skeleton key bosses and the wooden skeleton key boss. That's pretty much it. Like, that was literally the only event we had. We had the other stuff, but the main thing was the seventh character elixir or the seventh character slot, which I don't know why everybody thought that was gonna be free. Like, why did you guys think that was gonna be free? Like, come on, you guys know King Isol by now. Come on, guys, I taught you better. All right, if you watch my videos, I taught you better. All right. Now, going on from that, you would have to spend 18,000 crowns in order to get this elixir. The problem was it wasn't released during that spring update. So during the launch of the spring update, like I said, everything was on hold, so that wasn't released on that. Eventually, they did release the spring update with some of the what was it? I keep saying spring update. Eventually, they did release the seventh character slot. All right, eventually they did. And eventually, they also added in the friends list elixir. Not really sure why you need that many friends, but they also added the bank elixir, so you can extend your bank, your little bank in your house. You can extend that, and they also have that elixir. I think it's like 2,500 each. So they had those elixirs available. They've also, drum roll please, they also introduced the dance emotes. Yes, the dance emotes. The dance emotes. Yes. Oh yeah. There was a slight problem with the whole dance emote situation. First of all, there was only one available in the crown shop. I believe it was the Gallop that was available in the dance emotes. However, yeah, the Gallop. Where's the other one? Where's the Elaine? What happened with that, man? Where's the Elaine? Well, there was a crown reward. I know, it just keeps going. It's chaos. There was actually a crown reward event that went on, and they had the Elaine dance emote running at, drumroll, 20,000 crowns. Yes, I know, it's a very large amount of crowns, but obviously some people got that and they got the dance emote. However, there was more that came into it. I know there's still more. The dance emote wasn't delivered properly. Meaning, if you spent 20,000 crowns during that day and you got the emote, it wouldn't show up on your character. It wouldn't show up in the emote section. It wouldn't show up in the victory dances. It wouldn't show up Alright, you just spent 20,000 crowns for nothing. People were rage. People were rage. I'm just kidding. People weren't in rage. But it did raise a lot of concern for people. Now, if you are one of those victims, you have to contact them because that's what they said. If you contact them, they will personally give you that emote because apparently it wasn't working at the time of the Crown Reward event. And I'm just sitting here like, why would you put the dance emote all the way at the top? Like, couldn't you just put the dance emote with the other dance emote sold separately and save yourself the hassle? Like, why would you even put that dance emote in the crown reward? And will we eventually get that specific dance emote in the crown shop sold separately? Or was that the only time that we could actually get that dance emote? It's all about the dance emotes, bro. It's all about the Fortnite dance emotes, yo. And it's just they could have saved time if they just sold it separately. It's just, I don't know. They just could have saved time. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. All of that, that didn't have to happen. That whole, process did not have to happen if they just sold it separately instead of just putting a 20,000 crown price tag on it. So, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, you could have saved time, Wizard. You could have saved time. Now, the other thing that people are mad about are the treasure card enchantments. Yes, the treasure card enchantments. Yes. There's been talk on their producer letter about the whole treasure card enchantment removal on Test Realm, and they were talking about, why people need that many treasure cards and all that stuff, yada yada blah blah. Yeah, a lot of people were very upset because they're basically removing the treasure cards from the vendors and they want to make treasure cards more rare, like treasure cards or treasures. They want to make the treasure cards more rare, which I'm fine with. I don't really care. I don't really buy treasure card enchantments. Not that I even do PvP or anything. I don't care. It's just a matter of fact that do have 100 pixies. So that might affect me as well because I wouldn't be able to duplicate my pixie spells anymore. And if only I had somewhere to put all these pixie treasure cards. If only I had, where can I put all these treasure cards? Oh, I know. A treasure card vault. Yes, a treasure card vault. But where's the treasure? What? Wait, where's the treasure card vault? But you said it was gonna be in the spring. But you said that. Oh, okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is no word or confirmation about when the treasure card vault is coming, even though we've been asking for it for a little bit. Personally, that was like the main reason I was excited for the spring update. I mean, I could care less for the decathlon. I don't really care about premium dance emotes. And the cons dance game is pretty fun. I like that. I like that mini game, which you can craft, which is nice. You can craft it. Um, yeah, I don't really care about a seventh character slot either. I just want my treasure card vault so I can put my Pixie treasure cards in it. Now we have the treasure card displays, which is fine. We have the treasure card displays. But where's the treasure card vault? Well, the only thing we know is a tweet from a game developer. There was a bug with the treasure card vault, apparently, and they said they were working on it and they won't release it until, it's fixed. So, all we know is that there was a bug with the treasure card vault and they're working on it. We also don't know when it's coming out because in a producer letter it was briefly mentioned saying that why was there a need for a treasure card vault. So from the producer letter it did kind of sound like that the treasure card vault could potentially just be scrapped entirely. And if the idea for a treasure card vault is scrapped, then I'm going to be very sad because we did it in test round. We used it in test round. It was very nice. It was a really cool treasure card vault. You can put treasure cards in it. Now it makes me sad because I feel like we're not going to get the treasure card vault anytime soon. I mean, we're almost near summer. This is the spring update, and they're sprinkling in the updates, and it just feels like, well, you know what? I need to lower my expectations all the way low, okay? Because Wizard, where is that dyeable decade dragon? Where is that double gardening rewards, okay? And listen, why was there a dance emote for 20,000 crowns? Why, sister? Why? Why? I now commence Wizard101 is sister canceled until we get a diable decade dragon and a dropped controller. Now, hopefully they come in with the rest of the updates because we still are missing that separate dance emote that's supposed to be in the crown shop by itself. We're also missing the teleportation effects, so we also don't have that. And we're also missing the treasure card vault. So we're missing quite a few things in the spring update. But like they said, they are eventually going to bring in the teleporter effect. But I don't know if we're going to get the treasure card vault. Like, that's the one thing. I don't know if we're actually going to get that. Another thing that they've added in the test realm, or not test realm, the update, the spring update, is that they've updated places like Triton Avenue and stuff like that, which is fine. You know, Triton Avenue is cool, it's sweet. But during this entire update process, there's been a lot of server problems. Again, they've been doing heavy maintenances, extended maintenances, periods. So they've been doing a lot of maintenances because, well, the spring update is not working properly. And I'm starting to think that sprinkling in the updates is a bad idea. I'd rather just have it all in one big update because it just seems like there's a lot of problems going on, and it just kind of feels like they're not really taking the time to actually put some work into it. Like with the decathlon and the community progress bar and the daily login bonuses that you would get, the daily rewards, those weren't working. Like when you do the decathlon, that wasn't working at the start. So it's like, well, you know, if it was in test realm and we are there to test it and you guys somehow still mess up, it's like I'm starting to really get irritated. All I have to say for anyone that works at Wizard101 is just please make sure that it's like proper. Like, make sure that everything is like fine. Like, maybe get some guys that work there, go on some laptop test, like, test computers and test out the update. Because this update has been filled with some bugs and fixes and stuff like that. So, we don't know what's gonna happen, guys. I'm not really sure how I feel about this spring update. Let me know in the comments below. What are you most excited for the spring update? Are you still waiting for the treasure card vault? What's your favorite thing about the spring update? And what's something that you think they should improve on? Leave a comment below. I'm gonna play some Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Peace out.